Hello, everybody. I want to talk about something that we all say we want, but don't always understand fully, and that's mental resilience. A lot of people think being mentally resilient means you don't feel anything, like you don't get stressed, you don't get overwhelmed, and you don't get affected by what's happening around you. But that's not what resilience is. Mental resilience isn't about not feeling, it's about how you respond when you do feel. Because life is going to happen. Things won't always go as planned or the way that we want it, but you're going to face setbacks. You're going to have moments where you feel uncertain, frustrated, or even tired. And in those moments, that's where your resilience is built. Not when everything is going right, but when things feel off. I've had to learn this myself. There have been times where things didn't go how I expected it. And my first reaction was frustration, questioning, overthinking, trying to figure out why something didn't work the way I thought it would. But over time, I realized something important. You don't build mental resilience by avoiding hard moments, you build it by going through them, by staying grounded in them, by learning from them, by continuing to show up even when it's uncomfortable. And that's what be number one is about. It's not about being perfect. It's not about always having control over everything. It's about becoming someone who can handle what life brings and doing that without losing yourself in the process. And that takes awareness. You have to start paying attention to how you respond under pressure. Do you shut down? Do you get overwhelmed? Do you avoid what you're feeling? Or do you pause, reflect, and respond with intention? Because resilience is built in that space between what happens and how you respond to it. And that space doesn't just happen automatically, it's something you have to develop. That's where the Be Number One Journal comes in. Because writing gives you that space. It slows everything down. It allows you to take what you're feeling and actually understand it instead of reacting to it immediately. So ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Why does this situation affect me this way? What can I learn from this? And when you start doing that consistently, you begin to build control over your mindset. Not control in the sense of ignoring your emotions, because we're not doing any of that, but control in how you process them. That's the difference. Because mentally resilient people still feel pressure, right? They still feel stress. They still go through difficult moments, but they don't let those moments define them. They don't let one setback turn into self doubt. They don't let one situation stop their progression. I mean, and they stay steady. And steadiness is powerful because when you're steady, you keep moving forward, even if it's one step at a time. That's all resilience really is. Not big moments of strength, but consistent small decisions to keep going. To not give up on yourself, to not let temporary feelings control permanent decisions. And that takes discipline because sometimes your emotions will tell you to stop, to take the easier route, to avoid what's uncomfortable. But resilience is choosing to keep going anyway, while still being aware of what you're feeling. And that balance is important because be number one is not about ignoring your emotions, it's about understanding them and still leading yourself forward. That's what separates growth from stagnation. You're not controlled by what happens to you. You're guided by how you respond. And the more you practice that, the stronger you become mentally, which won't happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. But over time. So if you take anything from this, let it be this. Mental resilience is not something you're born with. It's something you build through your habits, through your mindset, through how you respond to life when things don't go your way. And if you want to start building it, start small. The next time something doesn't go as planned, right? Instead of reacting immediately, pause. Take a moment and ask yourself, how can I respond to this in a way that moves me forward? Because that one question can change everything. And that's how you begin to build mental resilience. That's how you begin to lead yourself through anything. And that's how you become number one for you. So, with that being said, be number one. Peace. I'll see you guys next week.